You're thinking there's no way the ends would justify the means, and you're not really going to go through every little nook and cranny with a pencil and a tiny piece of sandpaper. That would take forever. And it actually is so much worse than you think, because each piece of sandpaper only lasted me about 2 or 3 inches. So every couple inches, had to cut a new piece of sandpaper and continue going through every little nook and cranny. And yes, I actually did hit every single bit. Since my little pencil sander only got me maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch away from the polished epoxy, I needed something a little more gentle than my orbital sander. My orbital sander tends to kind of wobble around, and it would have killed me if it wobbled right into the polished epoxy. So used this little oscillating sander with a soft pad, and that gave me a ton of control to get right up to that pencil line. From there, I hit the rest of the top and the bottom, as well as the sides, with 180 grit on my regular orbital sander. So everything you see that's oak looking is going to be sanded with 180. Everything that's black will be polished. Now I'm ready for the finish process, which isn't going to be as bad as the sanding, but it's also going to take quite a while. The oil that I'm using is kind of a matte to satin, so I don't want to get any of this on the polished epoxy. If I get a tiny bit, I can wipe it off with a little bit of alcohol on a microfiber, but for the most part, I want to keep it off there as much as possible. So what I'm doing, using a little paintbrush, going through, getting it right up to the edge, and I cut a bunch of these microfiber towels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe away, and so as long as I'm pulling away, I won't drag any of that kind of matte to satin oil on the epoxy, and it should be okay.